Now, in your Facebook page, you posted 26 billion pesos of flood control funds for Cebu. Yet we are flooded to the max. So this got over close to 23,000 shares. Very rabid comments, of course, of angry citizens. What did you mean by this? Ipaliwanag nyo bakit po ninyo ito pinost?
You know, you began to ask the question kung bakit grabe yung flash floods dito when we have 26.600 billion for flood control projects. So yun lang naman sa akin. I begin to ask question, bakit ganun? 26.6 plus 600 plus billion yung ano dito, flood control funds. And yet ito yung nangyayari sa amin.
Oo.
And to think, Karen, yung Tino is worse than Odette.
In terms of rainfall.
Yes, in terms of rainfall. Kasi yung Odette, malakas yung hangin doon. Itong Tino, grabe, yung flooding talaga.
Okay. So, matanong ko po sa inyo, ma'am, nung nanalo po kayo na governor, it's already been, I would say, nakaisang taon na po kayo, ma'am?
Over 100 days, Karen.
100 days pa lang. Okay.
Over 100 days.
Have you or your team ever seen the flood control projects in Cebu Province? Kasi tama kayo, ang laki ng pondo, 26 billion. Nakita niyo po ba ang kalidad at ang mga flood control projects sa Cebu Province?
Yes, Karen. Yeah, nakita namin and we submitted already reports regarding this one.
Okay.
But,
Can you share the reports? Anong natuklasan po ninyo, ma'am?
I think it's for ICI to divulge the information that we have submitted.
Oo.
But definitely,
No, tuloy niyo, ma'am.
but definitely we have seen, you know, projects here in the province na I should say mga ghost projects.
So may ghost flood control projects in Cebu Province.
Yes, Karen.
Oo. And who are the contractors? Ito ba ang Diskaya, Sunwest, Hightone? Sino po?
It's not for me to say for now, Karen. No, we have submitted the reports already. But what I can say is we have seen substandard projects as well. At saka may mga bulk water projects, no, na inamit yung mga license to some contractors na hindi naman sila yung gumawa.
Okay.
Yun lang masabi ko for now, Karen.
Oo, pero sa pag-iimbestiga po ninyo sa sarili po ninyong probinsya, meron man lang bang matinong flood control project or most of it ay talaga pong ghost, substandard at yung bulk water ay problemado?
Substandard, Karen.
So all of the flood control projects are either ghost or substandard in Cebu Province?
Yes, Karen.
Wow. Okay. At ma'am, ilan po yun, if you don't mind, without giving details? Ilan po ang naimbestigahan po ng team ninyo?
We've submitted the report, Karen, and we'll just allow the investigative body to reveal the details.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I will leave you on that. But do you believe that it was the past administration who is responsible?
Definitely, Karen. Because I'm just here in just an over 100 days. And by the time I got here, that's when the flood control, the president announced it during his SONA. Remember, that was around July when he was the one who talked about the flood control projects.
So has it been many years that the past administration, or that the province has been receiving flood control funding? Ilang taon na po? Alam niyo po ba ilang taon na? Panahon pa po ba ni Duterte? Ganun po ba hanggang ngayon?
I think 2019. 2019.
2019?
Yeah, 2019, yes.
So, noong 2016, it was also your predecessor, Governor Gwen Garcia, who was sitting in that chair. Were there flood control projects being built in Cebu then?
Well, it's not for me to say, but what I can tell you is 2019 nagsimula.
Okay. Can you please give us an update? What is the latest? What are the numbers? Areas that are most affected?
Karen, it was by far the worst flash flood caused by a typhoon in the history of Cebu. As for the Cebu province, we have 39 casualties. 35 municipalities were affected by the flash floods. and we have 119,000 individuals evacuated all
Okay.
over the province.
Oo. So, yung 39 po, saan po ulit yun, ma'am? Kasi 48 ang bilang po ngayon.
Ito lang sa current sa ano lang to sa province. Kasi
Opo,
iba yung
oo.
count for the cities, yes.
Oo. So, yan po yung 39, tapos basahin ko po, no? So, 15 sa Compostela, 8 sa Danao, 9 sa Mandaue, 7 sa Talisay, siya mismo sa Cebu City. So, naging
Yes,
48 po siya, including Cebu City.
Yes, Karen. Yes.
Okay. All right. Sa ngayon po, ma'am, I know that the flood waters have subsided. Kamusta po ang kuryente, ang daanan, ang kabahayan?
Wala pang kuryente and water supply sa ibang municipalities. Although part of the city meron ng electricity. So, yung grabe yung devastation sa properties, Karen. So, we are still looking into the damage that's been done by Typhoon Tino dito sa province.
Ito pong bagyong Tino, ano po ang anong lugar ang pinakamatinding na pinsala?
There are 35 municipalities affected, but ano talaga providential na yung natamaan ng earthquake, hindi natamaan ng flash floods during the typhoon. So buti na lang. But then we also evacuated those victims of the earthquake.
Okay.
Pero yung towns of Talisay, Talisay City, Mandaue City, Consolacion, and Danao City, talaga yun yung badly hit.
Yun ang badly hit. Ito pong mga sa Cebu Province, ano po ang pinakamatinding na pinsala po, ma'am, doon?
You mean in terms of lives or properties?
I would have to say in terms of infrastructure, livelihood, damages, even death.
Danao City, Talisay City, Consolacion, and Mandaue City.
Oo.
Liloan also, Liloan.
Pati po ang Liloan.
Liloan.
Oo. At sa ngayon po, ma'am, ano po ang tulong na kinakailangan sa Cebu?
We already called help. We already asked for help from National for Responders. And nag-reply naman sa amin si Secretary Tidoro, no, nagpadala ng reinforcements as far as responders are concerned. So we have help naman from Malacanang.
Okay, ano po ang reinforcers na ito? Can you expound?
For rescue operations kahapon kasi hindi pa nag-subside yung water, so may dalawang subdivision near rivers na yung mga tao doon nasa roof na nila. Kasi wala na yung tumaas yung tubig Bigla na lang, in less than 10 minutes, the water rose dramatically. So yun yung reason na may namatay talaga. We did our part for preemptive evacuation. Pero yung iba, alam mo naman, may mga matigas ulo, they stayed behind. Yun yung talagang casualties.
Oo. Binanggit niyo po na this is the worst flash flood in history that the province has ever experienced.
Yes.
Ilarawan niyo po gaano po katindi at kalala ang flash flood na ito.
As I've said earlier, in less than 10 minutes, biglang the water rose dramatically, no? People had no enough time na tumakbo. That's why they all have to do is to go to their roofs na lang. Kasi yun lang talagang a mode of survival nila. Umakyat na lang sila sa mga roof nila. So bigla talaga, Karen, biglaan yung flash floods at saka yung water tumaas lang bigla.
Now, did you receive ample warning of any kind from Pag-asa or the NDRRMC? Nabigyan kayo bilang LGU ng sapat na babala?
Yes, Karen. The day before, we already alerted the LGUs, no? Nagtaas na kami ng red alert the day before, and Pag-asa gave us ample warning. And we also did our part as a provincial government to warn the LGUs about the impending typhoon.
Okay, so I'm curious if you've received ample warning. Why do you believe that there are 48 casualties in the province and nearby cities and areas? Ano po ang dahilan, ma'am?
What you say in Cebu in Tagalog, kumpiyansa. They took it for granted. No, na walang flash flood. Ang bagyong Tino kasi, Karen, no, it's not more of the wind, it's the water that really got us. Yung naka-endanger ng lives. Yung iba naman, they did not heed our warning, they did not heed the preemptive evacuation. They insisted to stay in their properties. So, yun yung nangyari doon. Kaya may
Oo.
casualties.
Kapag may red alert po ba ang sistema, ay hindi ba pwedeng i-force evacuate ang mga may-ari ng bahay? Bawal po
Yes.
ba yun, ma'am?
Yes, Karen. Yes, Karen, ano yan, we force ano yan, evacuation. The LGUs did their parts talaga, no? Most of the LGUs. So we only know of one LGU na hindi masyado nag force sa mga ano nila, constituents nila.
Oo, so kumbaga kahit nagkaroon ng forced evacuation, ang sinasabi niyo, Governor, may mga ilan na talagang gusto manatili sa bahay.
Yes, Karen.
Okay, all right. Now, I wanted to ask you before this, of course, ay nagkaroon ng lindol na apektuhan po ang Cebu din. Yung mga lugar na yon, you said they were not as affected with the flooding. Pero
Yes.
kamusta po ito ngayon? Bumabangon pa lang yung naapektuhan ng earthquake.
Yes, Karen. We did also evacuation sa mga 10 cities.
Okay.
No, yung affected sa earthquake. We did naman the best we can to evacuate them. Wala tayong casualties doon, no? Everybody was safe during the flooding.
All right. Is there anything that Cebu needs now, the province needs now? You've already declared a state of calamity.
Yes, Karen, yes.
Oo. And do you have enough, may pondo po ba kayo? Anong sitwasyon niyo po ngayon, ma'am?
Yes, we are, of course, no, we are open for donations sa ating mga kapatid, no, all over the country. But we also understand na may mga limitations. But so far naman, yung food namin dito, okay naman because the SWD provided for us adequately. Yung amin lang ngayon, may mga evacuees, no, yung especially dun sa flash floods na walang dalang maski ano. So we need to give financial assistance sa province. So we would welcome any donation from the national government and also from our private citizens.
Okay, ang national government hindi pa po nagre-release ng pondo para sa Cebu province?
They did during the earthquake. Ngayon, we have help naman. But then I think the president is coming over to see for himself the situation here. We are told that he will be here on Friday.
Okay, so the president will be there on Friday. You've displaced, how many are displaced? You mentioned more than 100,000. Tama po ba?
Yes, Karen, around 19,000.
19. Is it
19,000
19,000 are displaced?
119,523 to be exact.
Okay, so 119,000. Based on the calculations of your team, magkano po ang kakailanganing pondo ng probinsya? Of course, to feed them, to house them, to care for them until they rebuild their homes.
We don't have the numbers yet, Karen. We're still in the process of determining the numbers for now.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Now, I'll move on, I think. Any announcements, Governor? I think this is a good time for, if you want to call on to the government, the private sector, ibahagi nyo na po lahat ng pangangailangan po ninyo ngayon, ma'am.
Yes, I have already relayed to the national government anong kailangan namin dito sa Cebu. And I want to appeal also to the public na if there are any donations for Cebu, right now we are open for it. And most especially, I want to tell the Cebuanos that do not lose hope. As you know, the meaning of hope. You know, hold on, pains end. No, let's not lose hope. Everything happens for a reason, and you never know what tomorrow may bring. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Matanong ko lang po, ma'am, for donations, does the province prefer cash? Or if people donate in kind, what do the evacuees, what does the province need?
Logistically, it's better pag cash, Karen, no? So, dito na lang namin ma-purchase kung anong kailangan. And also, what the province really need right now is yung mga, yung infrastructure, you know, job creation. Kasi talaga, tamaan yung namin dito, ekonomiya namin.